Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Whitaker. We are going to read a book today. It's called Wild About Books. It's by Judy Sierra and the pictures were drawn by Mark Brown. Wild About Books. It started the summer of 2002 when the Springfield librarian Molly McGrew by mistake drove her bookmobile into the zoo. Molly opened the door, she let down the stair, turned on the computer, and sat down at her chair. At first, all the animals watched from the distance, but Molly could conquer the strongest resistance. By reading aloud from the good Dr. Seuss, she quickly attracted a mink and a moose, a wombat, an onyx, a lemur, a lynx, 8 elephant calves, and a family of skinks. In a flash, every beast in the zoo was stampeding to learn all about this new something called reading. Forsaking their niches, their nests, and their nooks, they went simply wild, wild about wonderful books, choosing thin books and fat books and cat in the hat books and new books and true books and heaps of how-to books. Giraffes wanted tall books and crickets craved small books, while geckos could only read stick-to-the-wall books. The pandas demanded more books in Chinese. Molly filled their requests, always eager to please. She even found waterproof books for the otter, who never went swimming without Harry Potter. Mrs. Whitaker says, "You are not otters. No books in water." Raccoons read alone, and baboons read in bunches, and llamas read dramas while eating their lunches. Mrs. Whitaker says, "You are not llamas. No eating lunch while reading library books." Hyenas shared jokes with the red-bellied snakes, and they howled and they hissed till their funny bones ached. A tree kangaroo who adored Nancy Drew began solve mysteries right there at the zoo, such as why were the Bandicoot's books overdue? Gently, Molly taught lessons in treating books right, for the boa constrictor squeezed Crictor too tight. Baby bunnies mucked up Goodnight Moon with their paws, and giant termites devoured the Wizard of Oz. And the bears' love of books was completely outrageous. They licked all the pictures right off the pages. Mrs. Whitaker says, "You are not a bear. Do not lick pictures in books." Tasmanian devils found books so exciting that they soon had given up fighting for writing. They made up adventures so thrilling and new that others decided to be authors too. Pythons wrote with their tails, penguins wrote with their bills, and porcupines wrote with their very own quills. At the new insect zoo, bugs were scribbling haikus. The scorpion gave each one a stinging review. As the cheetah's new novel began to take shape, he read chapters each night from the Barbary ape. And although the gazelle couldn't spell very well, like everyone else, she had stories to tell. Imagine the hippo's enormous surprise when her memoir was given the Zulitzer Prize. With so many new books, Molly knew what to do. She hired 12 beavers, a stork, and a gnu to build a branch library right there at the zoo. Then the animals cried, "We can do it ourselves. We can check the books out. We can put them on shelves." And they did, and they do, up to this very day. 3 cheers for the Zoobery. Hip, hip, hooray! When you visit the zoo now, you surely won't mind if the animals seem just a bit hard to find. They're snug in their niches, their nests, and their nooks, going wild, simply wild about wonderful books. The end. All right, I like that book, Wild About Books. I'm wondering, what would you write a book about if you were going to be an author? You can leave me a video message right here on Seesaw if you can think about what book would you write. I think I would write a book about dogs. See you all soon.